The water engulfed me in the car and I have to jump out onto the road. They threw a cable to me from the top of a bridge so I could get out. It was a tsunami. We didn't have time to do anything. I spent 20 hours sheltering in a shopping center, thinking I would never see my family again. I walked home after an hour and a half. There was no light, no telephone, no electricity, no water. I can't stop crying. I'm devastated and scared to death. This is a testimony from a woman, one of the thousands of people affected by the Dana in Valencia. But what is a Dana? What exactly has happened in Valencia? Let's see. Hello everyone. This is not the topic of the channel, but Spain has suffered one of the most serious natural tragedies in recent times, and I would like to explain what is happening and give my opinion on the matter. I apologize because my English is not very good. I am doing this in English for people who don't speak Spanish can be aware of what has happened. Please forgive me if something is not grammatically correct. In Spain, in Valencia, there has been a terrible and destructive storm. Now it's called Dana, depresión aislada en niveles altos, high-level isolated depression in Spanish, but it has always been called la gota fría, cold drop. It is a meteorological phenomenon that causes atmospheric disturbances with very intense precipitation, very intense rain. This time, the Dana has been particularly destructive. Hundreds of deaths, thousands of missing people who will probably not be alive, people without light or water, without medicine, without insulin, without diapers, nappies, people who have lost their homes and everything they had, people who have lost their husband or wives, their children or their parents. Elderly people in wheelchairs, trapped in sewage, people on rooftops isolated, surrounded by water with hypothermia. A woman who seeing herself trapped in a garage in her car where the water has taken her away, sent a text message to her husband telling him that he has the thing she loved the most in the world and that, please, he should take care of their son. A material and human tragedy of dantesque proportions. But what's the chronology of events? Since Wednesday, October 23, the State Meteorological Agency, IMET in Spanish, has warned that a Dana will occur. Friday 25th, heavy rainfall is expected. Sunday, October 27, they warn of especially intense torrential rain, especially in Valencia. Monday 28th, the Valencian government, la Generalitat Valenciana, warns of heavy rains. Tuesday 29th, the day of the tragedy. At 8 a.m., the Júcar River Hydrographic Confederation, an organization that monitors the rivers in the region, warns that it is raining heavily and that the rivers are flowing into the sea with a lot of water. It continued to rain heavily throughout the day, and large accumulations were reported in rivers and ravines. In Valencia, they have a SMS alert system on mobile phones when there is an emergency, but it has not been activated yet. The president of Valencian government said that at 6 o'clock p.m., the intensity of the storm will decrease and the red alert will end. But the Dana continued, and at that time some towns were already flooded, and it continued to rain. When all the accumulated water reached the area where it narrows near Valencia, the water invaded everything like a tsunami, like a real tsunami. At 5 p.m., the disaster was evident, and they still have not raised the alarm. At 5 p.m., people are returning home from work. Hundreds of thousands of people are returning home. Thousands could not return. Thousands were trapped in the water. At 7 p.m., the water flooded garage, shops, flats, houses. It was terrible, a nightmare. A woman clung to a plant and asked for help on social media. It was as if she was trapped in the middle of the sea. There were helicopter rescues of people on roofs, terrifying, eerie. At 8 p.m., the alarm was finally raised to keep people from leaving their homes, but it was too late. A man said that at 8 o'clock he received the message on his cell phone while he was up in a tree, watching dead corpses passing beneath him, dragged by the water. The power supply failed. People were trapped in shopping centers, spending the night there as best they could, wet, dirty, freezing, terrified, a real nightmare. On Wednesday morning at 30th, an alarm message was sent, no longer because of the rain, but because of the terrible chaos that had been created. Vehicles piled up, corpses in cars, trapped in garages, bodies dragged by the water. There was a lot of mud, roads blocked by mud, trees, branches, and cars. And what has been done to solve political issues? In Spain, we have 3 levels of government. 1, the central government. 2, the autonomous government of the autonomous community, Valencian government. And 3, the regional government of each town. Actions have been slow and negligent. In Spain, we have 4 alerts leveled for catastrophes, 0, 1, 2, and 3. At the level 2, the powers to send firefighters, police, etc. are responsibility of the Valencian government, which has to ask the Spanish government for help. At the level 3, the responsibility lies directly with the Spanish government, which has at its disposal the entire fire brigades, firefighters from other countries, from other autonomous communities, everything. But why is level 3 not activated? Well, probably because nobody wanted the responsibility of taking charge. The Spanish government is led by Pedro Sánchez from the Socialist Party, the left, and the Valencian government is led by the Popular Party from the right. Maybe they did not want to act in order to later blame each other and not held responsible. And here, left or right, it doesn't matter. All this at the price of human lives. In this tragedy, we have seen the worst of human beings. The worst part was not only during the flood, but afterwards. Looting, theft, violence, politicians who prefer to secure their position rather than save human lives and abandon the people of Valencia to their fate. But we have also seen the best of human beings. Hundreds of volunteers with only a brush and a bucket went to Valencia to help remove mud and clean houses, garages, senior centers. Firefighters with their water pumps, engineers to help with constructions, soldiers and police who, without orders to come, went there privately. Even the Archdiocese of Valencia, the Catholic Church, has sent 200 volunteers. The people helping the people, regardless of the politicians. The wonderful people of Spain, who are known for their duality, are also known for uniting and fighting when there is such a tragedy. The people of Spain never give up. There are many ways to help if you cannot travel to Valencia. You can make donations always to safe accounts or institutions, or even send messages of support, or simply say a prayer from wherever you are. Thank you for listening to me.